of Pakistan, as we said, the former president, Pervez Musharraf, sentenced to death in connection with a treason case. Political analyst Tariq Pirzada is with us now from Islamabad to talk about it. Tariq, the fact is Pervez Musharraf is not in Pakistan. He's been living in exile in Dubai and apparently is not well. So the death penalty itself is probably not something he will have to deal with. But as a ruling, it does sound like a very, well, extreme, a very strong ruling from the court.
Oh, it sends a signal to all the quarters in Pakistan and everywhere else in the world that Pakistan is certainly changing. The judicial system has changed. Just a few days ago, you know, General Bajwa, who's the current Chief of Army Staff, his case was handled in a pretty aggressive way by the Supreme Court. And actually the same judge of the Supreme Court had said, wait, a decision is coming against, about a former, Chief of Army Staff. And that was a signal to many people in the country that maybe the decision is going to be against him. And today, here we are. As you know, Pakistan's judiciary is all independent. It's, nobody is immune has any exception at all. No immunity. Mr. Nawaz Sharif, Mr. Zardari, all the people are either going through, accountability cases or through, their criminal cases. In the case of General Musharraf, there is a technical thing that I do want to mention. Yes, you have elaborately mentioned that he has been sentenced to death by a court, but here is the problem. The problem is that as opposed to other military rulers, he was unable to get his action of 2007 legitimized by the Supreme Court of Pakistan. Prior to him, all the military dictators, when they were able to suspend the constitution or abrogate, they were able to get their actions legitimized by the court, ratified by the courts. But in this case, Musharraf made a mistake, and he did not actually get his actions legitimized by the Supreme Court after the emergency was imposed to which you referred. So this is a major problem. But
how do you think, Tariq, this news will be received in Pakistan in 2019? Now, it's obviously a long time since it happened. It's a long time since he left the country. What sort of regard is he held in these days in Pakistan?
There are several segments in Pakistan that will be very happy and unhappy. As far as the armed forces of Pakistan are concerned, actually, he's one of the most popular guys among the rank and file of the Pakistani armed forces. So they'll be really hating this verdict, number one. But the armed forces of Pakistan are with the democracy at the present time, so there doesn't seem to be any problem. Secondly, as far as Noon League or the party of Mr. Nawaz Sharif is concerned, they'll be extremely happy. They were trying to get a piece of Mr. Musharraf for a long time, piece of his flesh, and probably they got it this time. I hate to use this expression. As far as People's Party is concerned, and I'm naming them one by one, they'll be very happy also because they have been accusing Mr. Musharraf of being implicit in the murder or the assassination of Benazir Bhutto, which is not, which remains unsubstantiated. It's just an allegation. But this is an interesting thing. There is another comparison, I do want to make in 10 seconds. That, Mr. Yahya Khan, under whose presidency and dictatorship Pakistan broke into pieces. Nobody tried him, in his absence or after his death. And there are precedents around the world. And he was actually wrapped around with the national flag and buried by General Ziaul. But here is General Musharraf, who just made a mistake. And a tactical problem is here. Would the appellate courts be upholding this judgment or not? In my judgment, it will be reversed because there are some weaknesses in this judgment. But the reality is, Yahya got away, Musharraf got caught, and this is the new Pakistan and a new democracy and judiciary.
Fascinating stuff. Thank you, Tariq Pirzada, for joining us from Islamabad today.